Jerusalem, 1st century. The city is loud with religion. On one corner, a Pharisee adjusts his phylacteries and recites the law from memory. On another, a Sadducee debates the finer points of temple tax with a merchant. In the marketplace, a zealot sharpens a blade and whispers about revolution. Somewhere outside the city walls, an Essene has already walked away from all of it. Into the desert, into silence, into waiting. Into this world, this crowded, noisy, fiercely religious world, Jesus walked, and he addressed every single one of them. Here is what most people miss. Jesus was not anti-religion. He was not dismissing the traditions of his people or the structures that surrounded him. He was doing something far more precise. He was looking at every system of belief around him and pointing to the one thing each one had either forgotten, distorted, or never quite reached. The historian Josephus, writing in his Antiquities of the Jews, describes the religious landscape of first-century Israel as dominated by three major schools: the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the Essenes. Three systems, three answers to the same question: how do you reach God? Jesus had a response for all of them, and his responses were nothing like what any of them expected. Start with the Pharisees. Nicodemus was one of them, a ruler of the Jews, a man who had memorized entire books of the Torah, a man whose entire life was built on doing the right thing, the right way, at the right time. He came to Jesus at night, quietly, because he had a question his colleagues would never let him ask in public. Jesus told him something that stopped him cold. You must be born again. The Greek word he used was pneuma, spirit, wind, breath. Something you cannot earn, something that moves where it will, that you cannot control or schedule or achieve through discipline. Nicodemus, the expert in the law, sat in the dark and realized that everything he had built might be missing the one thing that mattered. The Pharisees had the right book. They had the wrong grip on it. Now watch what happens with the Sadducees. They did not believe in resurrection, no afterlife, no angels, just this life, the temple, the law, and the grave. They came to Jesus with a trap, a clever hypothetical about a woman married 7 times, designed to make resurrection look absurd. Jesus answered them with one line that shut the argument down completely. You are wrong, he said, because you know neither the scriptures nor the power of God. The Sadducees had the right temple. They had reduced God to fit inside it. Then there was the Samaritan woman at the well. She was not Jewish. She was not welcome in Jerusalem. Her people had built their own version of worship on Mount Gerizim, and the Jews despised them for it. Jesus sat down beside her anyway, in the heat of the day, in the middle of nowhere, and told her something that neither the Pharisees nor the Sadducees had heard him say yet. The hour is coming when you will worship the Father, neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. True worship, he said, is in aletheia, in truth, not in geography, not in the right building or the right bloodline. The Samaritans had the right longing. They had the wrong address. And then there is Simon. One of Jesus' own 12 disciples was a zealot, a man who, before he met Jesus, believed that the way to fix the world was to pick up a sword and drive the Romans into the sea. Jesus did not tell Simon his passion was wrong. He redirected it. Follow me, and I will show you what that fire is actually for. The Zealots had the right fire. They had the wrong target. And finally, the group nobody argued with, the group no religious leader took seriously at all, children. Jesus took them in his arms and told the adults around him, "Unless you become like one of these, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." No system, no strategy, no credentials, just open hands and total trust. Every religion Jesus addressed had something true in it. The Pharisees had the word. The Sadducees had the temple, the Samaritans had the thirst, the Zealots had the fire, but none of them had the one thing he kept pointing to, a child's heart. Here are three things to take with you. First, Jesus never dismissed sincere seeking. He met every tradition, every system, every person where they were, and then he pointed further. Second, the thing that blocked every group was the same thing. They had made their system the destination instead of the door. Third, the invitation at the end of every conversation Jesus had was identical. Come further. There is more here than you have found yet. I am the way, the truth, and the life, and I did not come to be one religion among many. I came to be the answer every religion was reaching for. The city is still loud with religion. The question is still the same, and the answer is still standing at the well, asking, "Will you take a drink?"